Hey there YouTube, WrestlingOptimus here, back with my action figure review of WWE's Money in the Bank. Sorry this is so late, I was working the day job all weekend and couldn't find time until now to watch the PLE, take notes, write a script, take pictures, film this part, and then edit everything together. Whatever, better late than never. Anyway, there was a shock ending, so to find out what happened, let's take it over to the action figures. Things kick off with the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, featuring Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and Rhea Ripley. Tons of brutal spots that you'd expect from a 6-person ladder match with a world title opportunity on the line. Rhea and Alexa take out Stephanie and Naomi with dueling code reds onto a pair of ladders, then they take out Julia and Roxanne with a Riptide and Sister Abigail respectively. But in the end, Naomi manages to recover first, knock Alexa and Rhea off the ladder, climb up, and become Miss Money in the Bank. It was fine, but definitely one of the weaker women's Money in the Bank matches recently, and personally, I don't like the winner. Next up, continuing an angle from Worlds Collide earlier in the day, Dominic Mysterio defends his Intercontinental title against AAA's Octagon Jr. Unsurprisingly, after a decent showcase match, Dirty Dom retains with a frog splash. In the potential culmination of their feud, Becky Lynch challenges Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Becky loses, she can never challenge for the title again, but if she wins, Lyra has to raise her hand in victory. Things are so heated, both women start brawling before Lyra even gets her introduction. By the way, I finally did get a Lyra Valkyria figure, but I haven't opened it yet. So keep an eye out for the next unboxing video to see my review. Let's take a second to appreciate the fact that Patrick McAfee is on commentary for this all-Irish battle. About halfway through, we got our first "We Want Truth" chants which, although I agree with the sentiment, are disrespectful to the wrestlers performing in the ring. Regardless, more on that later. In the end, Becky cheats by pulling on the tights to become your new Women's IC Champion. But despite the cheating, the referee's decision is final, and Lyra must raise Becky's hand. The new champ forces Lyra to show her off to all 4 sides of the ring, and even makes her put the belt around her waist, but that's too much. And Valkyria hits Becky with a suplex and a Nightwing to stand tall. Now it's time for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match between Seth Rollins, Penta, El Grande Americano, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, and LA Knight. Yeah! Because of his recent attacks on them, everyone gangs up on Seth to start things off before turning their attention to Solo, but eventually it breaks down and becomes every man for himself. At the beginning, commentary is almost exclusively dedicated to a discussion about whether or not Chad Gable and El Grande Americano are the same person. This somehow descends into Wade Barrett trying to cite his research on male nipples as evidence of his journalistic credentials. The less said about this the better, moving on. My favorite ladder spots were when Andrade accidentally had one dropped on his balls, when El Grande Americano put Seth Rollins in an ankle lock at the top of one, when Andrade and Penta raced to the top and then seemingly tried to negotiate with each other instead of fighting, when later on Penta put Andrade through a ladder with a Mexican destroyer, and when Americano found the Fireball Whiskey sponsored ladder that the Creed brothers had put under the ring at Chad Gable's request and used it to take out the field with a helicopter spin. Unfortunately, during a 4-man battle for the briefcase, Seth calls for the bronze and they wreck house, taking out everyone except the architect. But when they set their sights on Solo, out come Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo to even the odds. Shockingly, Fatu hits Bronson Reed with a pop-up Samoan drop and a tope suicida. Solo and Fatu set up a ladder, and victory seems assured, when suddenly, Jacob grabs Solo's leg while he's climbing, points at him, and screams, "I hate you, Solo!" He super kicks his former leader, and follows it up with a signature moonsault and a chokeslam through a ladder. Seth emerges from the chaos and sets up another fireball ladder, but he's intercepted by LA Knight. It doesn't matter though, as Seth takes him out and climbs the ladder to become Mr. Money in the Bank for the second time. Finally, in the main event, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and main event Jey Uso take on John Cena and Logan Paul in a very strange tag team match. There's a great spot where Logan Paul catches a drone in mid-air while on top of the turnbuckle, but then gets hit with a suplex by Cody and an Uso splash, all while holding on to the drone. Sure, it was unrealistic, because he should have just used it as a weapon, but damn, it looked cool. However, in case you've been under a rock and haven't had it spoiled yet for you, after Cena nails Cody with the title belt, Ron Killings, comes from out of nowhere to take out his childhood hero. Truth hits Cena with the belt, and Cody takes advantage with a crossroads to get the win. Frankly, who cares about the outcome of this glorified exhibition match? Heck, who cares about anything on this pay-per-view? All that matters is R-Truth is back, baby! The national treasure has returned home, and no, I couldn't possibly care any less if this was a work or not. If it is, I'm more impressed than anything else. If it's not, then for the second time in recent years, the other being Cody's story, WWE have caved to fan backlash and changed the outcome of a stupid angle. I'm not even saying that's a bad thing, quite the opposite. Honestly, more companies should listen to their customers when they express frustration with the product. I'm just surprised they actually did it. Now, if I did give a grade to everything else, it'd probably be a C-, because although much of the action was good, I'm not a fan of either Money in the Bank winner. The Dominic Mysterio match was predictable and shoehorned in, and I think they did Lyra dirty. Not to mention there's only 5 matches. When you have a roster this size, you have to utilize more of the talent, if not for the wrestlers, then for the fans, who deserve more given the astronomical prices WWE is charging these days. But as Taz would say, I digress. Let me reiterate, R-Truth is back, and all feels right with the wrestling world again. So Money in the Bank 2025 gets an A+, 10 out of 10. Alright, that'll do it for WWE Money in the Bank. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you liked the video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on X at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. I'm also on Facebook and Blue Sky now. If you haven't seen my latest video, you can check that out right here. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.